agency. I know there's a couple guests, so I'm going to do a little bit of a background of who we are, what we do, while also then getting into what everybody wants to learn about, which is the digital marketing. So I'll go ahead and start. We were established in 2001, so we've been doing this for about 12 years, which is very significant because typically people in our trade will last around 3 years before they get out of it. We've been doing it for 12, so experience really that you can trust and really that you can depend on. And also something to mention too, we are a full-service marketing agency. A lot of times you're going to find, these one-man, two-man bands that do one thing, which is web design, or they do SEO, or they do something along those lines. We have experts in every single part of what we do to then help you have that expert to help you then work with their specific expertise to then bring you what we all want, which is results. So one of the things we really work on, we have graphic design experts, we have web experts, we have marketing consultants, we have search engine optimization experts, we have search engine marketing experts, we have social media marketing experts, so on and so forth. And these are really teams that can really help you succeed. Some of the experts you're going to have, like I said, graphic, web design, we have programming experts, we have production and so forth. Now I kind of want to get into some of the websites part of it. Two things I want to mention with the websites that we build. They do have Web 2.0. Anything that has a Flash website is not compatible with Apple mobile devices. So, if you have a Flash website, if you have an iPad or iPhone, which over 60% of people now that have cell phones have an iPhone, it will not show up when you Google something and look for them on their website. Another thing I want to mention about our websites is we use a platform called CMS, or Content Management System. This, in turn, means that all of our clients can go through the back end of their website and work and add photos and update their website as they want to. So it's not something that we would have to do. That way they can have a customized website that they can work with and make it feel like it's their own. Kind of get into a little bit of the process. It takes us 45 days to build a website. Everything we do is custom done. We use no templates on anything. So when we build a website, as you can see, we go through a pretty strenuous approval process, so 3 approvals through the process. So our clients are going to be very in tune about what's going on with their website when it's being built, through the design, the programming, and obviously the finished product. Now getting into some of our work, I just want to show you some of what we can do. You go to our portfolio. We have hundreds of websites on our portfolio. If you go to our website, this is what you'll get. Some of the websites we do, this is an e-commerce website that we do. It's getting a lot of great feedback for us right now. This website, we recently did it. It is probably getting the best feedback right now we've been hearing about. It's out of Fort Myers. They're just getting so much results from what we did for them. We did marketing for them plus this website. This is an example of a bigger website we did. This website is completely in Portuguese. One thing that I know, I tell you guys every time I come and do my infomercial, we are everywhere. One of those places is Brazil. So we have a completely Portuguese website that is completely in Portuguese and built for the Portuguese market. This is a design website, as you can see, a lot more visual. And then you get into, this is a smaller website. As you can see, we do big, small, international e-commerce sites, a little bit of everything, but the design stays the same, keeping people at that website. So now getting into, after a little background, getting into what everybody wants to know, which is the web marketing. What exactly is it? How does it work? This and that. Well, understand that it's a bunch of little things that work together, that filter together to give you that bottom line, which is that result, which is that 100 calls a month after they get to your website. So part of that is the first part, the website development. You have to have the roots in place. It has to be built correctly so Google can then read it, so the search engines can then go into it, and we can add from those roots. You get into search engine optimization, the SEO. This is what's thrown around a lot. It has been for years. SEO is one part. It's just one part of the process. You get into search engine marketing. You get into social media marketing, Google Maps, and local directories. It's all about using these specific things in a correct algorithm and in a correct way to then give you your results. Here's some examples of some traditional marketing. Right now, Sun Sentinel is so far down. Miami Herald is so far down. You look at print advertising, it's down too. So this is just an example of some traditional marketing and how far down they are within this past year. Some prices for those digital marketings. 2 that I want to mention to everybody, which I think is very interesting. Magazines, I'm going to give you a specific one right now. Aventura magazine. For a 1-page, non-cover in the magazine, in the middle of the book, you're paying 10 grand. It's a 25,000 circulation just in Aventura alone. You're hitting the target market of Aventura and not the target market of your business. And you're throwing it out there, and everybody knows with magazines, you just got to get lucky. Sun Sentinel, half-page, non-Sunday, $700 for 1 day. Miami Herald's more expensive. It just got more expensive. But as you can see, $700 for 1 day, half-page. So getting into that, one thing I really want to stress is, even if you do get 1 or 2 people from these mediums, how can you prove it? How can you prove it, what ROI you got from these mediums? We can. With digital marketing, we can show you on a day-by-day basis exactly how many phone calls and which phone calls are coming from, the exact number you're getting it from. This is a tracking that we did. One thing that I want to mention to you all is this is a small mom-and-pop company. This is a small pool cleaning service. In the month of July, and I can show you this for over and over and over again with clients that we have, but in the month of July, 103 calls in 4 weeks with our service. And we can track back exactly the time, the day, and throughout the entire month when you got those calls. So understand, when they get these calls, it's not just a random phone call. They found them on Google. They went to their website. They were so impressed enough with their website, they decided to pick up the phone and call. Put yourself in your position. How close are you ready to buy when you call them? Now getting into traffic results, obviously this is important too. As we all know, LOA is with any type of sales or any type of marketing. Getting into traffic results, this shows how many people are getting to your website, how much traffic is going. You want to get the thousands and thousands and thousands for the month, typically around the 3,000 to 5,000 to 8,000 range once you start growing and growing and growing. But this is really what you aim to achieve. Understand, all the marketing that we do, the #1 goal, getting to your website, having your website impress them, and having them call you. So now getting into some examples, what I encourage you all to do after the meeting, right now if you want, go to Google, look up Florida Web Agency, we're #1, there's 140 million competitors. Go to South Florida Web Agency, we're #1, there's 40 million competitors. Go to Hawaii Web Agency, we're #1, there's 4 million competitors. And that's just with us. Now one thing I want to show you is we have Fort Myers granite countertops, one of the toughest keywords you can get in Fort Myers with any type of contractor, they're #1. Carotene, this is the Brazilian carotene we have, they're #2, but see who's #1? It's Wikipedia. So technically they are #1. What I mention to you all every week is that there's 1 billion searches done a day on Google. 1 billion. 85% of those searches are just going to hit the top 3. 94% will hit the top 1. Part of what our job is to get you in that position, get them back to your website. One that I like to mention, look at West Palm Beach Mogul Care right here. I talked to you about the 85 hitting the top 3. They're 1, 2, and 3. They can't be missed when you click on that top 3. So that's one I'd like to mention about. Here's the 5 steps that we use. We got analysis, SEO, SEM, social media, and local marketing. I'm going to go through exactly what we do in a step-by-step process. This is our analysis, which we brought with us today, some analysis that we've done with our clients, so you can really in-hand see it. But this is a keyword analysis that we run. About half the time in our trade, you're going to get people that assume, that guess what the best keywords are. This is a program that we have where Google specifically tells us what the best keywords are to be put in on the back of Google, which is going to best benefit you. As you can see with the green, the red, and the orange, and we will specifically go down the line and show you this is good, versus this shows the search volume versus the competition. We do a problem with that. We divide those, find the best key, and then we decide which best keyword is best for you. Another one that we use is we spy on your competition. This is very important. How do we do this? We go to Google, we search in specific keywords from our keyword analysis, and we find your #1 competitors in specific areas. When we find those #1 competitors, we go into the back of their website. We find out exactly what they're doing and why they're being so successful. We do that with 6, 7, 8 different websites, 8 different companies. Find out why they're successful. We copy what they're doing. We figure out what they're doing. We then do it for you and for our clients. And that is one way that helps us get them past those clients and gets them on top of Google in front of them. Now getting into SEO, the most common part of it all. What people really want to know about, what the word is thrown around and has been thrown around for the last 8, 9 years. First and foremost, having SEO, you got to have the right tools in place. If you don't have these right tools in place, it's not going to work properly. But the one that I really like to mention is to our knowledge, we're the only people that do this, is that we have what we call city posts. Typically in SEO and in any search engine optimization guru is going to tell you is they're going to give you cities. And with these cities, they're going to get you to the #1 topic. They're going to get you to #1 on Google by using this specific city. The 3 biggest cities that we get in our company, Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, those are the 3 biggest cities you're going to get in South Florida. One thing that we're going to do is between those 3 cities, there's 110 suburban cities, Oakland Park, Plantation, Boca del Mar, so on and so forth. We're going to give you basic optimization within those small suburban cities. Since not a lot of people want to go after those bigger cities, hitting these small cities are still going to it's going to be a lot easier to get you on top of Google or get you on the front page of Google, building your credibility because you're going to be in 103 spots, not only in 3. So having that is going to really build credibility overall for your entire company, because not only are you going to have the 3 cities, but you're going to have all the small cities that surround those 3 cities, and that's very important. And like I said, to my knowledge, we're the only people that do that. So now getting into making it Google friendly, which is a big part of SEO. Again, we have experts that work for us, search engine optimization experts that have been doing this for years, and we have a team of them that do this day in and day out. But this is one of the things that they use. This is something they'll type in what it does, and this tells us how optimized it is according to Google. Your goal is to get above 90%. As you can see, this one here is 91.3%. So if you're above 90%, this tool right here is going to specifically tell you how much optimized you are and where it needs to have improvement. And this is a very important tool that we use. Now getting into, this is the meat. This is what really, really matters. This is the search engine marketing. This is what gets you from page 10 to page 8 to page 6 to page 3 to page 1 to number 1. And this is because of this, search engine marketing. Basically, getting to the top of Google, it's a popularity contest. All websites have what we call a page ranking. And within this page ranking, the higher the page ranking is, the higher you go on Google. How do you get the popularity? How do you get most popularity? You get it by votes. So what we do, part of what we do is you go into websites. You basically become friends with websites. Well, how do you do that? The biggest way that we do it, or one of the really effective ways of doing it, is going in and doing link building. We have a search engine marketing team that goes in and custom does 300 or 600 of these according to your plan per client per month. And this is what really does it. You're not going to see anybody else that goes in and custom does that many times a month. So how do we do that? Specifically, again, back to this pool cleaning service. This is very small, mom and pop company. You're looking at going into these guys right here that they're going into the site is a pool company that builds pools for people. Our client is a pool service, pool cleaning company. They go into this bigger company that builds pools for people. They go into their blog. They write on their blog about how cleaning your new pool is very effective. At the bottom, they're going to put a link, Pompano Beach Pool Service. That link is going to go back to your website. Now you became friends with that other website. We force our hand. We get ourselves into the other website and specifically custom go and do this. This is what rises you on Google. This is what gets you up in the 3 to 6 months on that first page and gets you up top of Google quickly. Now getting into social media. I want to mention this first and foremost to people that you're going to talk to. Social media is not going to sell for you. That's the biggest problem I hear, especially from small businesses. I have a Facebook. I'm not getting results from it. You're not going to get results from it. Social media, like the rest of the marketing, is in place for you to get people back to your website. Number 1 goal, get people back to your website. So the reason social media is important is because we can use viral marketing. We want you to be social with people, talk to people, have people talk to you. But the biggest thing about social media is say I have 300 friends. Ed, I save $200 by going to Brightway and saving some money on insurance. I write to Ed's Facebook and I say, Ed, thank you so much for saving me $200 on my insurance. I have 300 friends. 3 of those friends then like what I wrote. They each have 300 friends. It goes on their news feed. Now 900 people can see it. Same percentage, 27 people then like or comment on what they wrote. And as you can see, it grows and it grows and it grows exponentially. All of this leading back to your website. So as you can see, this is when you can get into tens of thousands of people on a daily basis having the opportunity to get back to your website. And this is just with Facebook. You got Twitter, you got Google+, you got Pinterest. You got a lot of social platforms that can do this. And this is, again, trying to get people back to your website as part of this marketing algorithm. As you can see, they'll link to your site, which is kind of what I mentioned before, but it's something that we wrote on our Facebook and just, really getting in there and writing something about it. And we had a lot of people like this and linking back to our website because of it. And again, the last step is local marketing. What is this? This is getting yourself in Angie's List, getting yourself on Google Places. Even though that this is, this right here is maybe a little bit more traditional, people still go to it. People still are going to Google Places and finding reviews. Angie's List is a huge one, especially for contractors. They still go in and they read about what the other experiences that people had with these companies. So they'll go to Angie's List, they'll go to City Search, Yellow Pages, and so forth. Understand that's one reason. The other reason is the credibility. If you're everywhere in these and you're having all your good reviews and people are saying this about you and they're still going there just to check, but then they still go to Google to find you, this is going to build your credibility 100% because you're going to be everywhere. You're going to be in all these. Understand, our clients still have to pay to be involved in these. And we give you that as part of our plan, as part of one of our plans. So understand this is something that's going to show. Right here, you got Lytron Web Agency. This is an example of Google Maps, which I'm sure you've all seen. You have reviews there, your number, you have your address, and then obviously reviews underneath that people can read, and then I'll have a map there. So it's just really interactive, and it's something visual that people can see. So one thing I really want to get into talking to you all about is the 5 questions. It all filters down into one final synopsis, but it's the 5 questions. So when you're talking to somebody and you're thinking about, wow, you know, Sid could probably help them. Lytron could probably help them. I want you to think of this. Where do these people go when they need it? Where do these people go when they need a service? Where do you all go when you need a service and you don't know where to look? Huh?
We call Charlie.
You call Charlie.
We Google.
I call Charlie. But no, you go to Google, you go to Yahoo, you go to Bing, you go to all these search engines. You try to find where it is. You specifically look for it in your area. You know, can you all, can they afford to get more clients? Can they afford to make more money? Where are you getting your current clients? Understand, you're getting them from referral. Are you getting them from networking? Are you getting them from going out and passing flyers? Do you have someone standing out of your shop doing this with a big sign? You know, I mean, how are you getting your current clients? How many new clients are you getting a month? Because of what you're doing. And then how much are you currently paying for your marketing? All of this coming down. And as a consultant, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to them and be like, how much are you paying for your current clients? How much are you paying for a lead? Numbers that we hear, $20, $25, $30, $50. I recently talked to somebody who spent $100 for one lead. One lead. They're spending $100, $1,000 a month for 10 leads a month. Leads, not clients. Understand that marketing is expensive. You spend a lot of money to get these leads. But understand also that the leads you're getting from us, not only are you're spending a lot less, but the leads you're getting from us are when they call you, after they found you on Google, after they went to the website, after they were so impressed that they decided to pick up the phone and call you because they wanted to use your service or buy your product. So that's something I want you to think about. A good referral for me. Obviously, we're B2B business. Obviously, we sell a lot to businesses, or we sell to businesses. So new businesses, obviously. When you talk to somebody about opening a business, it's very important, you know, that they get their marketing in place. Having a marketing in place is very vital to any small business. Obviously, with the economy shrinking, you have to be very careful about where you spend your money, where you get most of your ROI. With this digital marketing, there's nothing else that even comes close. Not even, and I can show you time and time again, I can specifically show you quotes and quotes that we have, that I've heard of how expensive things are and how less effective they are. So this is something that's very important. Businesses that are growing and looking to invest or reinvest, excuse me. This is important because a lot of businesses, especially down here, come here and they want to, you know, start really, really small, and then all of a sudden they do such good work, they start getting a lot of business and they start getting a lot of money and they want to start getting stuff into place. That's really important. And of course, small businesses. I deal with small businesses a lot because I have people that come to me, I don't have time to do Facebook, I don't have time to do this, I don't have time to do marketing. That's why you need to hire and outsource people like us who are experts that can help you. Because what you need to be focusing on is your trade. How do you make money? What we need to be focusing on is getting you in front of those people and getting you in front of those clients to make their money. So going through them, again, we want you to impress your clients, impress our clients. We wanted to choose us, Lytron Marketing Agency. I left a couple minutes at the end of the presentation. I wanted to make sure I left the room open for questions. Typically, I get some questions. So I think I have about 2 minutes. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask me, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability.
Question I had was you mentioned that marble company was 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Is that because they had 3 different websites you built for them, or?
No, what that is that's because it's other sources. So you got blogs, you got videos, you got, you know, like their blog might be on top. You have their websites on top, and you might have their blog, and you might have a video, or you might have their Facebook, or whatever it might be. But effectively using that in the right ways puts those 3 on top.
Okay.
You just mentioned that your company helps people with the social media.
Mm-hmm.
How does that actually work? They
Well,
manage the social media. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I get a lot of times with small businesses that they're going to, that they don't have time to get in and have the social media. They don't have time to wake up in the morning and answer the 10 or 12 people that wrote to them. That's something. We have a social marketing team that goes in and that actually physically will answer people for you on a daily basis. Understand, this has to be done on a daily basis. You lose credibility if you do it once a week, once a month. So we have people that go in there on a daily basis for you specifically and will answer to people. We'll put promotions up. We'll do things for you. And this again is all in use to get people back to your website, and that's you use your website to initially get them on the phone and sell.
The reason why I asked you because it is so time consuming.
It is.
You can get so bogged down in the social media thing that you don't have any time to do anything else.
Right, and the social media is time consuming, but also understand it's a huge responsibility. Because like I just mentioned, if you don't upkeep it the correct way, you lose credibility. If you lose credibility, credibility can be very vital.
Right.
But how are you guys answering the questions when it's not your company?
We have like experts, like we have people that go in and answer these questions, and obviously like we would tell people it's better if you go in, or you know it a lot better than we do, and like that's how something we have that connection with the client. But understand that we have these teams set in place that go in and answer questions. We are given information from you in the beginning. We work with you as part of your marketing team. This isn't done blindly. You do a lot of research and a lot of stuff beforehand.
So in the case where, the person says, you don't know anything about bank, I want to answer my own stuff. What do? You have something that alerts them when something's come on social media, so they don't have to go in to Facebook every day, or how do you?
Well, with Facebook, I mean, you understand there's a lot of different ways you can get it, because you have phones that alert you, you have iPads that alert you. It's not just getting on a computer. That's what's so great about Facebook, is because you're walking around and you're getting buzzed on Facebook all the time. I can't tell you how many times I'm looking at my phone and I'll find somebody that invites me to something, or somebody that puts something up that I haven't even thought about in 2 years, and all of a sudden they're on my mind. So it's sort of like one of those things where, you know, I get it on my phone or I get it on my iPad, and then you're going to be able to do it on the go. That's what's so great about social media, and that's what I would tell somebody that's going to get that. Obviously, we would be there to help you, but if you want to do it yourself, have at it. We would give you the correct tools, and try to consult you in the correct way of how to do it. Yes.
In your field, is direct marketing still working anymore,
or? It's down. I mean, what do you mean direct marketing is? Give me an example.
like emailers?
E-blast, I mean, it's like a lot of traditional marketing. You're sending out a bunch of seats to people. It's good because typically when you're doing email, you're doing e-blast, it's from recent clients or it's from people that have bought from you already. So like saying it's not going to work is maybe a little false. It does work, but understand that it's what we call like a want. Like you're sending something that somebody might want. Whereas when they go to Google, it's something that they need. So if they want something, they're going to think about it, and they're going to be like, oh, well, I might need that someday. But when they go to Google and they go to these search engines, they find you on Facebook, it's because they want it right now.
Yeah, they're coming to you.
Exactly.
The other way is you're going to them.
Exactly.
Huge difference.
Do you have any special package deal for maintaining just Facebook or LinkedIn?
We do. We do a social media. We have a social media campaign package. We have 2 packages that come along with that. One is with 3 mediums, which would be Facebook, Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus, and the other one has Pinterest and
LinkedIn.
What about
LinkedIn.
What about LinkedIn?
So yeah, we do. Now, as a consultant, I typically tell people social media is something you need to focus. That's kind of the second. You need to focus more on getting correctly on Google, because that's where the credibility is, and then reinvest back into social media. But we do have clients who do just social. We do have clients who do social media on top of that. So yes.
I have a question. I have a website which was built, and of course I don't know very much about it. It's by city, like you mentioned. But I need to go in and update it.
Okay.
I really need to check to see if I'm getting good results. How would you help me would you look at my website, and then if I need to transition over, if it's not giving me results, because I don't really know.
So what we do is we run an SEO analysis. It's something specifically that our consultants will do and what we're trained to do. We go in and we specifically look at specific reasons why. We have a 15-question thing of why it's, is it Google friendly? Does it have the right things? There's specific things with keywords, with text, with keywords, text, social media integration, and stuff like this. And we go in and we answer these questions for you, and we specifically tell you what each of them mean and why exactly they're important. And then we'll show this to you, and we'll walk you through exactly what it is, and then we can show you how we can fix it and make it better for you.
Last question.
Yes, Charlie.
I know because I deal with a lot of small businesses, and even small to medium businesses. I totally, now remember my age, everybody, so I wasn't brought up in the tech
38.
world as 38, as you guys were. So I've had to pull myself into it far more than most people my age. However, the first thing I do when I receive a inquiry from a client who wants to become a member, I'm going to go to I'm going to go to their website. If you don't have a website these days, I feel you are damaging any other marketing area that you're doing. Because if you're not there, how can I find you? How do I know who you are? How do you get your clients? it's scary to me today to know how many people, even small businesses, that don't even have a landing page.
Well, it's interesting. In my infomercials, which you've heard, and you all have heard many times now, but one of the, I mentioned the 85% and the 94% on Google. Something I like to mention to people as well, understand, 73% of people, no matter if they talk to you, no matter if they get a referral from you, whatever, are going to go to your website before they buy anything from anybody. I don't care what it is. Think of yourself. If you go to somebody's website, you look for them on your phone, on your tablet, at home, at night before you go to bed, whatever it may be, you're going to go to their website and check them out before you buy anything from them. That's where we are right now. And having the smartphones and everything else that we have, it just makes it that much more vital. So that is a very important statistic to understand. If your website is outdated, and I mean outdated by 2 or 3 years, or if you don't have a website, they're going to dismiss you. And not only are they going to dismiss you, they're never going to come back. And you lost that opportunity. And that's what's so important about this digital age right now. So, one thing I like to leave is just understand this is a need, guys. And this is a need for every business. And if it's not in place, credibility is lost. And, you're losing so many clients to any competitor that you might have if you don't have this service. So understand that this is a need. And our 12-year experience is going to help you put it to the top. So, thanks so much. Any questions? Do I go sit down now?
Yep,
I'm out
you're
of breath
done.
and I need water.
I have a client for you. Olive Garden is spending a fortune in Boca